Hey everyone, today we're gonna create that cool character that you see right now. We're gonna be covering all the parts, starting with the Blender modeling, then rig the character, then retarget it in Unreal Engine, and then download Mixamo animations to create that simple movement, firstly with the help of C++ and then with the help of blueprints. So I also provided link in the description to the zip file that you can download that have all additional files that you may want to download to continue with the tutorial. So here it is, and I want to do quick introduction what is happening right here. So the code folder have the code that if you want you can download for the character movement that we're gonna create in the Unreal Engine with the help of C++. In the modeling, you have the palette. It's if you will make the Blender part, you gonna need this. Then you have Ghost Without Rig. It's for those who don't want to model but want to make rig in the Blender. And also, if you one of them, then you see right now time code. You want to jump right here, right? Also, here is the Ghost FBX is the model of our character. So if you want to skip Blender part, you can just grab that and go to the time code that you see right here. And if you want to make all the modeling stuff, but you maybe have some mistake, you can also download ghost.blend. It's a ready to go model that you can like import. It have also a skeleton and model. And the reference is reference images if you want to start with the Blender and continue and make full work. Okay, so link to that zip file, link to the zip file that will contain each of that folders I will provide in the description. You can go and download it, then extract it, and you're gonna have all of this. I assume that you have some basic knowledge about Blender, such as rotating your camera around, zoom in, zoom out, maybe switch between modes. I created this completely empty scene and let's delete everything from it and rename the collection to Ghost because I want to name my character like this. Now let's put the reference images in the scene. To do that, hit Shift A, Image and Reference. As I said before, I provided you a link in the description to download all reference images and all files that you need. So unzip that file and you'll see modeling folder right here. Then go to reference and here you will see front and side reference images. Let's choose front, hit N to open that panel right here, go to item and then change rotation to 0 or X and 90. Let's name that reference image as front and let's move it a little bit backwards in the Y direction. Check opacity and set it as 0.2. And let's add also side reference image, hit Ctrl A, reference and side image. Set rotation to the 0 and set X rotation to the 19 and also Z direction to the 19. Move it along the X axis, turn on opacity and also 0.2. So now you can hit 1 on your numpad and see the front view, and hit 3 on your numpad and see side view. Choose both images and move it along the axis like that. So let's start from the head, hit Shift A, Mesh and the cube. Let's add to this cube a few subdivision surface and apply it. Move it in Z direction Let's also turn on X-ray mode, scale it down like that, so it will look like head. Scale it down in X direction. Maybe opacity is a little bit low. We can put 0.3 and here also 0.3. And let's also move it to the new collection, emit reference. Then hit right here, that mouse icon, and hit here. So now you can select your images, your reference images. Move it along x-axis and scale it down along x-axis also. Now let's mirror it, so hit tab to go to edit mode, go to face mode, select and delete faces. Then go to modifiers, generate and mirror modifier. Right, so now let's delete these faces, so later we can extrude and make old body. Hit Alt and click so to select that edge. Hit E and Z to extrude. Also turn the clipping on and scale it in X direction. Then go to side view and size it up a little bit in Y direction. Now extrude along Z direction, move it right here, and let's scale it in X direction and in Y direction. Extrude maybe to this part where we have hands, then scale it up and scale it up right here also. We don't see in proper way in that reference images where we want to size it, but I will do it like here and on Y direction like that. I will do model a little bit smaller than on the reference image. Hit E, extrude, size along Y direction and along X direction. Now let's select this edge and rotate it a little bit. And then extrude along Z direction, scale it up in X axis like that, and then Y axis like that. Extrude. Let's select this edge and hit G 2 times to move it like that. Then select these edges and scale it up in X direction. Let's move this, make it more straight. Go to side view, select all that and move it in Y direction a little bit. Okay, it's fine. Now we don't actually see the body, but we will do body just a little bit smaller than pants. Extrude in Z direction and move it in X direction. Go to side view and scale it up in Y direction and move forward. Let's also move that edge a little bit. Okay. Extrude and scale. We're now making just basic shape. later we will model it. So the process is similar, quite similar. Scale it up right here and right here. And select it like that. Maybe scale it down a little bit because I want to make my model a little bit smaller than a reference image. Okay. Like that. Move that edge and rotate it. Scale it down to make it look good. Move. Okay. So now let's make legs. To do that, let's go right here, select these two edges, hit F to make face between it, and then select these edges, go to front view, scale it up a little bit, move in X direction, and now scale it up like that, and extrude it along the Z direction. Okay. Actually, let's not move it. Scale it down. Select these edges. Scale it down also. And move it in X direction. Now, as we see, we have this kind of leg. Let's size it down, scale it down. Select this edge. Let's extrude it on Z direction around the knee. Scale it down, move it a little bit. Let's see from the side view, and as we see, we have to scale it down. This edge, move it, and also scale down these edges, and also move it. Okay, it's okay, looks good. Okay, extrude it to the bottom around here. Maybe let's move it a little bit. Yes, and or no, maybe let's move it right here. Extrude it, and now we can scale it down and scale it down also. Okay, I think it's not okay. Let's see what I have here. It's not very bad and not very good. Okay, we have to fix this middle line. So to do that, let's go to side view, select these three, and move it along Y direction, and rotate it a little bit right here. Then select it and move in Y direction, rotate it and move along Y direction. Okay, and from the back side, let's select these edges and move it. Okay, these edges on the Y direction. Okay, and now let's fix a little bit topology. To do that, let's select this edge, rotate it and move it like to just it look good. Okay, rotate, okay, rotate it, scale down, move, rotate, scale down, okay, looks okay, and do the same thing right here, rotate and scale down, rotate, okay, okay, it looks pretty much okay when we will apply more subdivision surfaces and smooth it, it will look more prettier than right now. Okay. So now let's start to model another details. Let's start from the head. Go to the front view, turn on X-ray mode, select these faces, and as we see, maybe we can just move that a little bit and add loop cut. So to add loop cut, you probably have to press Ctrl R, but I changed that came up and I just hit Shift and dot, but you probably have to press Ctrl R. Okay, let's add loop cut right here, move it down a little bit. Okay, and now we can go to the face mode by hitting 3 on keyboard, select these faces, hit Shift D, then F3 to search action, and we can find separate by selection right here. Okay, so we can now select it, we have selected it, go to the object mode, and we see head right here selected with the modifier already. Let's rename our objects. It will be body and it's gonna be head. Okay, let's go to the front view, X-ray, and scale it up a little bit and add solidify modifier. So we will have more thick head. Let's make offset to 1 and increase it a little bit, maybe to 0.002. Okay. Well, now let's make that line right here. To do that, let's go to the edit mode, select this edge, move it down a little bit. Let's go to the side view to see how straight it is. It's not straight, it's rotated. Okay. Um, move it down a little bit, hit G 2 times. Okay, go to face mode, hit Alt and hit right here to select all these faces. And see, maybe we should have offset to -1. It probably be better. Will be better. Okay. And go here to extrude along normals and extrude it like that. So okay, it looks pretty much okay. Later we will smooth it and it gonna look better. Okay, let's make eyes. Go to the front view, X-ray, and then let's place our 3D cursor right here. Hit Shift and the right mouse to place your 3D cursor. Hit Shift A, mesh, and probably we can use UV sphere. Okay, UV sphere. Let's move it to the ghost collection. Name it I. Scale it down and scale it down one more time and place it right here. And also let's scale it down on the Y direction so it will look similar to I. Okay, let's add mirror modifier. Go to modifiers, generate mirror, and now we have to select mirror object. It's gonna be our body. Okay, so let's go to modifiers, generate, deform, and shrink wrap to place it around the face so it will shrink. Let's select target, it's gonna be body, and here let's change on surface to the outside. Yeah, and now let's rotate it on the Z direction right here. Also can increase a little bit offset and move it to the eye and move it closer, and it looks okay. We can just go to the side view and move it a little bit in Y direction. So it looks okay. Let's compare it to our reference images. It's similar. Okay, maybe we can do like that. So now let's make mouse. To do that, let's go to front view, Shift A, mesh, and let's add cube. And we will add to that cube subdivision surface, two subdivision surfaces. Apply it. Move it to our collection. Let's name it mouse and go to edit mode, scale it down all the way so it looks similar. Okay, so now let's select all these faces and move it on X direction right here, and also move it in Z direction. Now let's make a few loop cuts and move that down, move it also down a little bit, and like that. Maybe we can increase scale, and let's also rotate it and move. It's small object, so it might look not very good. Nobody will see it. Let's rotate and scale it down. Maybe scale up a little bit. Like okay. Maybe. Okay. Let's rotate it and move it. Okay. So let's see. Now let's add shrink wrap modifier. Select body object and move it in Y direction. Let's change on first surface to outside. Now move it and rotate along the axis. Okay, maybe scale it down a little bit. And also let's change origin. Right mouse, set origin and origin to geometry. Scale it down a little bit. And it looks okay, I think. Let's see. It looks good. Now let's add hands. So to do that, I will use skin modifier. So we will hit Shift A, mesh, then plane, and then go to edit mode to the vertex mode and hit M and at center. It will merge all vertex. Okay, let's add skin modifier and subdivision surface modifier. Maybe. And also mirror modifier. So select mirror object to body and move that one single vertex on the x-axis. Okay, so now let's place it where we want to be our arms. Let's go to the X-ray mode, and to scale it down we should press Ctrl A. Scale it down as we want. So right now I'm not gonna make the hands look like this. I will make it in T direction, so like that. And later when we will rig, maybe I will change the hands to look like it. Okay, let's move it to be around here. Then let's go to the object mode, select body, edit mode, and now we want to do some space for our hands. So select these four faces, hit E and insert it, and delete that faces. So now let's scale down the axis, scale up. Okay, maybe we should move this vertex in the direction, in Z direction. Okay, so now we have space for our arms. I will later scale it down, but right now let it be right here. Let's move our hands to the ghost collection, name it hands, and move it to the place where we want to actually have our hands. Okay, go to edit mode, go to the top view, and extrude it like that on the X direction. Maybe we should have smaller hands, I think so. Okay, okay, Ctrl A to scale this down and move it. Okay, extrude on X axis, and let's make hands a little bit shorter than on reference image. Now let's make actual hand. Go to the top view by hit 7 on numpad, extrude it along X direction, scale this down a little bit. Okay, and now we can extrude it to make thumb like that. Extrude it to make index finger, and let's make other fingers. And scale this down. We'll have 5 fingers. Okay, let's scale it down so it looks good. Scale this down. Okay, I think it's look okay. Scale this, move, like here, and something like that. Okay, let's move it also. Scale up and down this vertex until it looks okay. Okay, I think it's good enough for us. Okay, now let's select all and move it on the X direction. Go to the object mode, to the body, and to the edit mode. So now we can adjust these vertices. Okay, scale this down and scale this down on Z direction. And now you should have one plugin enabled. Go to the edit, preferences, add-ons, and here short add-ons, and here search for loop tools. and enable it if you don't have enabled it already. Select all these vertices, hit right mouse and loop tools and circle. So it will make circle from it. Scale it down, maybe scale it up on Y direction, scale it down like, let's go to the hand, X-ray mode, and move it on X axis. Okay, maybe scale down a little bit. It looks pretty good. Maybe we just have to scale down a little bit. Okay, I think it looks good. Maybe we can move it on the X axis a little bit. Okay, and maybe we can move the 3 vertices on the X axis like that. Okay, now let's make pants. To do that, select body, go to the front view, go to the edit mode and select faces mode. Select dead faces like here, duplicate it, and as we've done it before, hit F3 and separate by selection. Let's go to the object mode, select pants and name it like that. So all we have to do right now is apply solidify modifier to make it look thicker. Index 1 and let's apply the mirror modifier and set origin to the geometry, and now increase and now scale it up a little bit. Okay, I think it's look good. So now let's make belt. Go to the edit mode, X-ray, select all the faces, duplicate, go to the F3 and separate by selection. Okay, now scale it up, and before that set origin to the geometry, scale it up, maybe go to the edit mode, we'll edit it a little bit. Let's select these vertices, move it. It looks okay, later we will smooth it. Okay, and also let's increase the thickness. Now let's make pockets, select pants, and let's also rename it to belt. Okay, select pants, go to the edit mode, and go to the face mode and select turn off X-ray mode. Oh no, maybe we should have it. Okay, select these two faces, duplicate it and separate by selection. Go to the object mode, and here we have pocket. Okay, let's apply the let's decrease thickness and apply mirror modifier. Let's turn off X-ray mode, then move it a little bit. Okay, and now let's actually model it. Select this vertices, move it right here to make it okay, like that. Now let's select this face and extrude it along normals, like here. Okay, go to the go to the edge select and move that right here, like that. We don't have many details on our pocket on the reference. So now let's just scale it down. Let's set origin to the geometry and scale it down. So now let's make another pocket right here. Select pants, go to, no, I said body. Let's select pants, go to edit mode and make a few loop cuts right here. Select these faces, duplicate and separate by selection. Object mode, okay. So here we have, let's set origin to geometry, scale it up. Okay, maybe scale it down on the Z direction so it looks similar, and move it in Z direction. Okay, scale this down. Okay, let's maybe scale it up a little bit. Okay, and duplicate it and move right here. Scale it down on the x-axis. Okay, and scale it down z-axis and scale this down also. Now let's join this. Hit Ctrl J and name it pocket 2. Okay, go to the edit mode, X-ray, and now we have to do this thing. So to do that, let's go to the pants, edit mode, and select the faces that we need. So okay, let's select these faces. Probably should, yeah. Shift D, separate by selection. Go to the object mode, select this. Let's turn off. Okay, and move it on the x-axis. Okay, and move it down a bit. Also, let's set origin to the geometry and scale it down. Scale this up only on y-axis. Okay, maybe a little bit. Okay, well now let's go to the edit mode, and before that we maybe have to apply the solidify modifier. Okay, go to the edit mode, maybe scale it up. Okay, move it on the Z direction, scale it up a little bit. Okay. Let's select these edges, middle edges, and move it on the X direction, right here. Like that. Extrude on the Z direction and move it on X direction. Extrude it on the X direction, move on Z. And extrude on the Z direction. Okay. I think it's gonna look okay. Let's go to the object mode and add another one, solidify modifier. Let's set thickness to 0.3. Go to the edit mode, select these edges and move it down on the Y and move it down on the Z axis. Okay, maybe no, not looks okay. Select these vertices and move it on the x-axis like that. Okay, I think it's still good. We just have to place it properly. Scale it down like that. Okay, and now let's apply the solidify modifier. Let's select that. Apply solidify modifier. Now select first this and then that. Hit Ctrl J to join it. Okay, so we have pocket like that. Now let's make shoes. Select cube and move that cube to the ghost collection. Name it shoes and scale it down. Now generate mirror modifier. Select body. Okay, you can move it and move it to where we will have shoes. Let's also go to the front view and move it like that. Scale it up and scale it down on Z axis. Okay, so now let's model it. Go to the edit mode, select these faces, and let's also enable X-ray mode. Select these faces and move it along x-axis. Let's scale it down. Probably we have scaled up on x-axis. Okay, and here let's move and scale down only on z-axis. Okay, now let's make loop cuts, a few loop cuts like that. Select these edges and scale it up on z-axis and move it down. Okay. Also scale it up, and here we have to extrude. And here we have to extrude it along x. Here we have to extrude it along y direction. Okay, let's decrease it. Let's scale this down on z direction. Maybe make cut like right here. Scale it up. Something like that. Okay. Let's make loop cut right here. Scale it down and move it. Okay. Scale it down. Move it. We have something looking like that. Now let's delete the face. Delete faces and here extrude and scale it down. Let's select these forward vertices and scale it down. Move it. Okay, we will not make some complicated shoes, so I think it's enough. Let's just add one more loop cut and scale it up a little bit. Maybe like that. Okay. I think it's enough for our purposes. Let's also add subdivision surface modifier. And here let's edit it a little bit. Scale down. Maybe scale down like that. And scale down it also. I think it's okay. So let's now make bullets for our rebel. add cylinder, move it to our ghost collection, scale it down like that, then separate it. And now let's go to the edit mode, make a loop cut right here, select these vertices, extrude and scale this up. Then extrude in the Z direction, like that, Z direction, and let's make bevel here. Let's also select here and here. Control B to bevel, and let's make that simple, small bevel. Okay, I think it's okay. We can just scale it a little bit on the Z axis and scale it down. Okay, so now let's make curve. So all the ammo will lay on that along that curve. Shift A, curve, and here select Bezier curve. Okay, and now let's move it to the ghost. Go to the edit mode, and all we have to do is place that curve along. Place that curve where we want to have ribbon. Okay. Let's place it right here, and we will start from this pocket section. Okay, let's rotate it like that and place it right here. It should not be 100% like correct. We will then add the shrink wrap modifier, and it will shrink wrap to our body, the body of the character. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. So rotate it and place it like that. Rotate it right here. Okay. Okay. It looks fine, I think. Okay. Extrude. Oh, sorry. Extrude. Place it here and rotate it. Scale it just that it looks a little bit similar to Rebo on the reference. Extrude it right here. Rotate it. Okay, I think it looks good. So now we can go to the bullet generate and add array modifier, increase it all the way to the around 16 or 17, and factor x, let it be around here. Now the form and curve. Let's select our curve. Now it looks a little bit bad, but we can scale down bullet and it will look fine. We can increase, we can scale up on the z-axis, so bullet will be longer, and I think it's pretty okay. You can always rotate that red lines, so it will looks much better if you will spend a little bit time on it. Okay, as you can see, my bullet a little bit deformed. Okay, I think it's okay because all in all, bullets will deform when our character will play animations, such as run, for example. Yeah. Okay, select curve and add the deform shrink wrap modifier, and select body. Now we have to add offset. Okay, I think it's fine. It's okay, and we have to add that ribbon, that brown ribbon, as you see on the reference. So let's add mesh. It's gonna be plain. Move it to our collection. Oh, let's rename it to ribbon. I think it's a good name. Scale it down and scale it up on the y-axis. And now let's add a few loop cuts so it can lay along the curve. I think it's enough. Okay, let's scale it down and scale it down on the x-axis. Okay, and scale it up maybe on the y-axis. Like that. Let's add the solidify modifier to make it thicker. Now let's add array modifier, increase it, and it will lay along the y-axis. Okay, maybe not so much. Okay, and add curve modifier. Here we have it. Curve modifier. Okay, and along the y-axis. Okay, it looks good. We just want to increase number of copied elements on the array modifier. Okay, now we can adjust a little bit our curve. As I said before, it not should be 100% correct. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, looks good, I think. Okay, now we have to actually mirror it. So let's select a ribbon, add mirror modifier, and it selects and it mirrors. Okay, we just have to select mirror object as body. Now let's also mirror the bullet. So mirror and here, and select mirror object as body. And it looks actually pretty nice. Yep, as you see here. Now we can add a few subdivision surfaces and smooth our model. Let's start from the head. We can select head and add subdivision surface modifier. Maybe you should scale it up a little bit if it looks like that. Okay, then scale it up. In my case, it looks okay. Okay, so now let's hit right mouse button and shade smooth. Then let's select body, do the same thing, add subdivision surface, so it looks okay. Sorry, we can scale it a little bit down, and now let's try to shade smooth. It looks fine. Then let's go to the eyes. Here we can just shade smooth because it's not complicated complicated scale. Shade smooth mouse tool. And then go to the hands. We already have subdivision surface modifier, so let's increase subdivision to 2. First should apply skin modifier, so let's apply it. Then let's go to the edit mode and add a little bit more loop cuts right here, because here will be gonna be our elbow. Okay, and now we can shade the smooth. By the way, we will apply modifiers a little bit later when we will rig character. Okay, let's go to the bullet, shade smooth. Okay, it looks fine, I think. Let's look from this view. Okay, it's fine. And then let's go here to belt, add subdivision surface, scale it up in Y direction and in Z direction. Sorry, in X direction. Yeah, we can also go to the side view and move up a little bit our belt like this. Okay, then let's scale it up. I think it looks okay. We can shade smooth. Okay, then let's go to the pants, subdivide and shade smooth. Fine. Topology of pants and topology of legs and the body should be similar, because we're gonna weight paint. Let's go to the pockets, subdivision surface, and we should apply a few not subdivision but loop cuts. Loop cut here and loop cut there. Okay, and we could also move that face. And go to this pocket, add subdivision surface. It looks okay. We should not add any loop cuts, additional loop cuts. Okay, we can just move. Let's hit L and move in X direction like that. And we could also rotate. Okay, it's fine. Scale this up and shade smooth. Fine. And here we can just shade smooth because we already added subdivision surfaces. Let's scale it down also in Y direction. I think it's gonna look better with that. Okay, so here we have it. Now let's add some colors to our model. Select the head, add new material in that material section. Then go to the shading, and here you will see your material if head is selected. Drag base color and to write image color, image texture. Here open, and in zip file that I provided the link in the description, you will find a palette in the modeling folder. Here choose closest and then select everything by hitting A, hit Ctrl L and link materials. Then go to the UV editing. Here go to the object mode, select everything by hitting A, go to the edit mode, select everything, go to the edit mode, Then select everything right here by hitting A. Hit U to unwrap your model. Hit Smart UV project. Here set to 0.010 and hit OK. It will unwrap your model. Select everything right here, then hit S and 0 to scale it down. By the way, if you don't have a palette right here on UV editing, hit right here and select your palette. Okay, now you can hit G and drag the color. Okay, so let's set it to white right now for everything. Okay, so now let's color everything. Select the head, let's start from the head. Select it, hit tab to go to edit mode and drag the color probably right here. Then select these faces and also select these faces with shift. Then drag this point to the darker color. Let's go to the eyes, hit tab, select everything and select black color. Let's go also to the mouse and select black color. Let's color bullets, select bullets, tap to go to edit mode, and we have to color only this one bullet because we haven't applied because we didn't apply it array modifier and all modifiers yet. Okay, now let's go to the X-ray mode. So right here, X-ray mode, on the front view, select these faces, and here you can drag it to some yellow color. Okay, and now select this and drag it to red color, like that. Okay, it looks fine, and we can go out of edit mode. Okay, now let's color ribbon. Also go here, and it's gonna be just brown color, maybe darker, like that. Looks great. Let's color belt. It's gonna have the same color as that line on our head. So select everything and select that color. And for the pants, let's select that blue color. For the pocket, it's gonna have brown color, like that, similar to ribbon. And for that pocket, it also gonna have brown color. Okay, shoes also gonna have brown color. Okay, looks fine. Now go to the layout mode, not mode, sorry, layout tab, and we can apply all modifiers and then start to rig our character. Let's go to the head and apply every modifier. The same with the body, the same with the eyes. Oh, sorry, I just duplicated it. Apply and apply. Apply. Here also. Apply all modifiers. Then we can delete our curve because we already applied modifiers for ribbon. Then we can go to belt, apply that. Same for the pants, for the pocket, for that pocket. Oh, I see a little mistake. We can just scale it up a little bit on x-axis. Oh, or no, scale it down. Yeah. I just put it. Yeah, I scale it down. Okay, now it's fine. Then go to the shoes and apply modifiers. Okay, it looks fine. We have all modifiers applied, and now we can start rigging. Now let's join some meshes. Probably we can join body with the hands. So let's select hands, body. Then we can also select eyes, mouse, and head, and shoes, I think. Yeah. Then shift click to the body and hit Ctrl J, like that. So we have all meshes that related with body grouped. Now let's select pants, this pocket, that pocket, and belt. Then shift click to the pants and hit Ctrl J. And let's group our ribbon. So select bullets, select this ribbon and hit Ctrl J. Okay, so we have just 3 main meshes that we will weight paint. So now let's jump to Unreal and I'll show you the rig we will use. We're gonna use that Manny rig. As you see here, we have a lot of bones, and to not copy every single name and do that manually, we will use a Blender add-on that will just expose that skeleton for us in Blender, and then we will move the skeleton to apply it for our character. So we're gonna use that add-on. I will provide link in the description. Go ahead, download it, hit add to the cart. Here you can write 0 or your fair price, add to the cart and just download it. Then go to Unreal, go to Edit, Preferences, and here click on Install. Then search your zip file that you just downloaded. For me it's on the downloads. Here I have it selected. And you're gonna have that add-on, enable it and save preferences. Then you can close that tab. Go here, press, first of all, press N, go to the game rig tool and initiate. You can also select Unreal 4 on Unreal 5 mannequin, but we will use Unreal 5 mannequin. And then initiate mannequin. Okay, so it's smaller, so we have to scale down a little bit our character. Okay, let's select our character and go to the object mode and scale it down. So we can go to the front view, scale down and move it like that. We can also move it to the center like that. I think it's okay. Now we're gonna just rotate and fix that. Now let's go to the side view and move it also on the Y direction. Okay, so now we're just gonna rotate bones. I'll do stuff with the bones so it looks similar to our pose. Go here, drag it to the ghost collection. So here we have 3 rigs, and we can go to the game rig tool and the twig. And the twig skeleton is that one that we will use to rotate and just fix all rig, as you see here. So here we can hide it and show it. So now let's hide everything and just show the twig. Go to the pose mode. So now let's rough position that skeleton. Let's go to the front view, scale it a bit down like that. so it looks similar. Maybe we should scale it up on X direction. Okay. And now go to the top view, and we will just rotate the bones so it looks similar. Maybe we should go to the front view. Okay, let's rotate it. Now we have to scale this down and scale this down also. You can move it on X direction. Now here we have to rotate it a little bit. No, I think it's okay. We just move it. Yeah. Move it, go to the move it like that. Okay, so now let's move it like that and rotate it and scale this up. Scale this up. Okay, let's now see what we have with the legs. We should move it down maybe. Or no, it's okay. Just okay, it's fine. Now we can hit here to join twig and move the bones. So we can move the leg bones. Okay, like that. You can compare it to the Unreal Engine mannequin. Let's see. Okay. Let's go here and move it also. Move that hand and move the fingers. Now we can rotate. If you have selected fingers, you can rotate it, scale it, and place it wherever you want. As I do it right here. Okay, now we can select finger tweaks and move it. Like that. Let's go to the side view. It's a little bit hard to see what is going on, but we're gonna figure it out. Okay. So position it roughly. It not have to be 100% correct, because that simple issues you're not gonna see it already in editor, Unreal Engine editor. Okay, so like that. And move that index finger also. let's fix it like that. I think it's okay. Let's see what we have. By the way, all changes that you do on the right side, it mirrors to the left side with the help of the add-on. Okay, I think it looks pretty nice. Now we can apply rig, hit apply rig. So here we have it. Now you can hide tweak and hide unreal, and you have only deform bones that you have to, like we have to weight paint and parent it with our character. Let's start with the body, because okay, it's body, hit body, then hit shift and select the deform bones, hit Ctrl P, and with automatic weights. So it will draw for us weight paints. Okay, so as you see, I can rotate my hand. It looks good, but now if I rotate it, it rotates without pants, because I haven't weight painted it yet. So now select the body and then select pants. Select pants. Go here to the weight paint mode, weight paints, and transfer weights. Then select here nearest face interpolated. Here let's select it a little bit more, and here select by name, and it should be okay. Let's go to the object mode and then select pants, select the skeleton, Ctrl P, and armature deform. It will just parent pants to the skeleton without any changes in weight paints. So as you see, you can rotate it and it looks fine. Pants rotating with our hand, sorry, with our leg. The pants rotating with our leg, as you see. Okay, it's fine. And here also. And now we have to only transfer weight paints for our ribbon. Select body, select ribbon, weight paint, sorry, and transfer weights. All changes stay as it was before, so you don't have to change anything. Go to object mode and hit ribbon, select ribbon, then select skeleton, Ctrl P, and armature deform. So let's test it out. Sorry, go to the pose mode, test it out to see how it works, and it works fine. Oh, what? Oh, as you see, we have some mistakes and we have to fix it. We can fix it with the help of weight paints. So let's go to body. Okay, so I find out the way to fix it, and you have to go to the body, go to edit mode, go to head, hit L to select only head, then hit F3 to search and separate the selection, separate by the selection. Go to object mode, and here you can rename it to head, and then you can Alt P to clear parent, and then hit and then select head, and then select with the shift armature, hit Ctrl P with automatic weights. So now head is the separated object, and you can rotate it and it works okay, fine. Okay, so now let's unparent all the object from the deform skeleton. To do that, select all objects that you have, Alt P and clear parent. Then hide the deform and show Unreal. We're gonna parent all items to the Unreal skeleton. With the shift select Unreal skeleton, Ctrl P and armature deform. Okay, so now we can export it. Select all of that, go to export FBX and export it where you want. Here, select object, check it, then go to armature. If you have checked baked animation, then uncheck it, and also uncheck add leaf bones, and go to export. Now let's jump to Unreal and create new project. So select here third person because we can use that mannequin. I will use C++, but I will show you how to make movement with both C++ and Blueprint. So if you work with blueprints, then select Blueprint. Desktop, scalable, maybe put starter content, and project name, let's name it Ghost, like Ghost Shooter, because we have ghost character. Select your project location and create. Wait a little bit until it's creating code, and we can import our mesh. So search where you stored it, where you exported it, and drag it here. All default options are okay. So hit import all, and gonna import mesh. So here we have it, our character. Now I want to first discuss retargeting process. Okay, so suppose you want to retarget default mannequin to our character, or it could possibly be Mixamo character as well, or another rig that you have. To make retarget, you have to make chains. Could look like, for example, this. If you have from that hand, from your shoulder to arm, to hand, sorry. And here you also would have a chain from here to here. And what chains do, they are just saying that you have to copy animation from that chain to here. And we will do that, even we will do the same with all the body, with legs, so we will have that chain. Here also we will have chain on our fingers, we will have chain both legs, you understand. We're gonna just create chains to copy animations and retarget it. Let's jump to Unreal and create new folder, name it Retarget, like that. And now let's create animation retargeting IK retargeter. Let's name it IK rig mannequin. I don't know how to spell it. Let's say like that. And also create another retargeting. Name it IK rig ghost. Now go to ghost retarget. So let's go here to IK rig ghost and select our character. If you're working with Unreal Engine 5.4, then you're gonna have this auto create retarget chains button. You can click that and it will automatically create all chains that you want to retarget it to another characters. But I will do it manually. I'm gonna delete it and do it manually right now to show how to do it for that ones who working with the older versions of Unreal Engine, or who just want to do it manually or have to do it with some characters that are like not character, for example, some cars or another that have to rig. Okay, so I'm gonna delete everything. So if you want to do it manually without that magic button, first what you need to do is to set pelvis as a retarget root. Then let's add chains. The first chain will be a root, so let's name it root from the capital root. And as I showed you in the paint, we select start bone and end bone. For example, this has just root bone as start and end, but later we're gonna have like from spine 1 to spine 5, or from neck, from head to neck, or another chains. Let's see. The next gonna be neck. Unreal Engine just help me. And it's gonna be from neck 01 to neck 02. Next gonna be head. It should be from head to head. And then left leg from thigh L to ball L. It's like from here to here. And left clavicle from left to clavicle, and so on and so on. I'm gonna for those who do it manually, I'm gonna put image with all chains that you want to do, and now just not take much time of the video. I'm gonna pause and make all the chains. So here I have it. Okay. Then we want to, for example, retarget it to the mannequin character. And let's do it using that IK rig that I just created. Okay, so here we can select escape mannequin. Oh no, it is from Unreal Engine 4. We want this, or probably that. Yeah, auto create target chains, or you can also do it manually if you want, and it just creates the same chains as we have in the ghost character. Okay, so now we can actually retarget some animation to test it out. Let's go to the ghost, retarget, and let's create animation, retargeting, IK retargeter. Let's say IK air, mannequin, okay, let it be like that. And here, and here we should put source as the IK rig mannequin that we just created, and target is IK rig ghost. So we can add target mesh offset to put our character near. And now, as you can see in the chain mapping tab, we have all the target chains are like targeting to the sum chain of our character. Okay, and now if you try to play some animation, let's say jump, it will play, but just a little bit not correct, because as you see, hands are not placed correctly. So to fix that, we want to go to editing, retarget pose, then go to auto align and align all bones. If you work in the older versions of Unreal, you could go to character, bones, and all hierarchy, and then just select the bone that you want, for example hand, and rotate it. as you want. So for example, you want to up it a little bit, like here, or down, as you want, and just in that way that it looks similar to source character. Yeah, and also let's snap character to ground so it stays on the ground. And now we can try to go to running retarget and play some animation. Let's say run forward. As you see here, it works pretty fine. Maybe let's idle, jump, land. It works correctly. Okay. Now, just for the example, let's export that animation. So select jump animation, export, and the ghost, let's add another folder, animations, and put it right here. Export. And as you see here, we have that animation. We can open it and play it. It looks pretty fine. Okay, so now as we retarget our character, now I want to show you how to import animations from Mixamo and retarget it to our character. And for that purpose, I will create just a simple game where our character gonna walk, run, jump, and rotate around with the help of Mixamo animations. So let's create a new folder, name it movement, where we're gonna create our character object and make basic movement. Okay, so now let's jump to Mixamo and download a few animations. So first, let's choose some character. Maybe it will be this racer, or you can choose whatever character you want. It doesn't matter because we're gonna retarget animations and play animations on our character. And now let's go to the animation tab and download a few animations that we're gonna use in our simple game. So the first will be idle, just one character stay in place. Maybe let's choose that one, reason idle, and let's also increase character arm space, because as we see here, our character has big like sides, and he can't just stay like that, and he can't stay like it because hands gonna be inside the sides, or whatever you call it, of character. So in every animation we're gonna increase character arm space to the maximum. Okay, I think not gonna uh, we're not gonna change another parameters, and we can hit download. First time we're gonna download it with skin, but next times after we are targeted to that character, we can download it without skin. And all parameters you cannot touch it. Okay, let's hit download. Okay, so we have first animation. And let's also download another animation. Run. It will be just maybe a slow run. I think it's okay. And let's increase character arm space. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. So hit in place, download, and without skin. Fine, so let's go to walk. maybe it's okay, or that, it's better. Okay, increase character arm space and hit in place. And now download it without skin. And let's also download jump animation. It could be that, just jump, increase character arm space, that, download without skin. Okay, so as you download it, you can close Mixamo, or if you want, you can download another animation that you want to export to your game. And now let's go to the content and here create a Mixamo folder where we're gonna import our Mixamo character and then import animations. So now open your Explorer where you have your animations and drag your breathing idle animation. And here you should check import animation because we have both skin and animations inside that FBX file. Hit import all. And as you see here, we imported our character. Save it. Then let's rename skeletal mesh, skeleton, and physics asset. So let's name it SKM Racer, PA Racer, and SK Racer. And the animation stay with the same name. Let's create another folder for animations and move that animation right here. Okay, so now we can import another animations. Just select all of it and drag it. Here you should select your racer skeleton and hit import all. And it will import all animations that you downloaded. So jump, walking, etc. So now we want to retarget our character to this Mixamo character to later export animations. To do that, let's go to the ghost folder, here retarget, and create new animations, retarget, IK retarget. Let's name it IK rig racer. Let's open it and select racer. And now we want to add chains. So I gonna click on create auto create retarget chains, but you could also do it manually with the help of add new chain and add your chains. You can just copy all the chains that I have right here, as you see. Okay, so now you can select and close it, save and close it, and let's create animation retargeting, IK retargeter. Let's name it IK Air Racer. Okay, select as the source our racer and as the target ghost. Change target mesh offset like that. And as you see, both of the characters have the same like T form of the body. I mean, hands stays the same in the same way, have the same rotation, you know. But you could also go to the edit mode and align our bones to make it a bit more similar. And now snap character to the ground. And now you can play your animation. So let's try walking, predefined, and as you see, I created that rotated arms more in the Mixamo, so I have it correct right here. Also jump, run, and idle. Fine. It works pretty nice, and I can select it with the shift. Let's pause it, select, and export to the ghost animations folder, export, save, and fine. We have exported all animations. And you can do that with every animation that you have in the Mixamo or in other sources, because retargeting works in the same way. And you could, with the help of method that I just showed, you can retarget and download I think every animation that you'll find in the internet for your character. Let's create a simple movement. First, I will show you how to do that with the C++, and then I'm gonna show you how to do that only with the blueprints. So if you work with only with the blueprints and you want to see how to do movement with the blueprints, go to the section with the blueprints. And now I'm gonna show you how to do that with C++. Okay, so to do that with C++, let's go to the all C++ classes, ghost shooter, or we can just do it ghost shooter, and let's create here our character. So the base class gonna be character, and let's name it ghost. Create class. I work with the rider, but you also can use Visual Studio or maybe Visual Studio Code as you want. It doesn't matter, the code stays the same. We built project in the same way, so it doesn't matter. You can use every editor that you want. Okay, so let's go to the ghost.h file. As you see, we have live coding, and it compiles our files. So let's wait a little bit. File is just compiled successfully. So let's start with the header file. Okay, let's go to the that public section and start with the spring arm and camera component, because we're gonna have camera to see our character. Let's write view property, visible, edit anywhere, print read write, and let's also add category camera. Okay, and it's gonna be spring arm component. Hit include, and if you add your includes manually, then it's gonna look like that. It is pointer. Let's move it. Let's name it. I don't know. Camera spring arm. Let it be like that. And let's copy the property, because that your property gonna stay the same for the view camera component. Sorry. Component. And include. And gonna be camera. Next, we're gonna add enhanced Next, we're gonna add the mapping context. It's like mapping that we're gonna later create in the Unreal. So let it be the category input. It is input mapping context. It include, as you see, where is it? add include. You see includes right here. It's gonna be mapping context. Next, let's create actions for array of action, that is jump, walk, or maybe move or run. I mean, okay, and look action. It's the action where we move our mouse and camera is rotating. So, okay, so it's gonna be input action. First is jump action. Second is let's say run action. And the last gonna be walk action. Okay, fine. So now let's go to the CPP file and create constructor. In the constructor we gonna just create objects like sub-object like spring arm and camera, and I think that's it. So let's say camera spring arm equals to create default sub-object, and also if I gonna show another time my includes, if you maybe edit manually, okay, create default sub-object, it's gonna be spring arm, and we don't have to include it right here because we included ghost.h and included the spring arm component is in ghost.h file. Okay, so let's name it in the same way as we named the variable. Set up attachment. So it's gonna be the child of root component. Now let's create camera equals to create default sub-object, camera component, and the name gonna be camera. Also let's set up attachment in the same way, just set it to the camera and here to the camera spring arm. Okay, so that's it for our constructor. Next, let's set up input. So first we wanna add my first I wanna add mapping context. That mapping context. To do that, I want to define a player controller equals to you just get player controller like all keys. No, that's right. It's like enhanced input where we're gonna add our mapping context. Sorry, I forgot to increase interface a little bit so you can see it better. Sorry. And now let's finally add mapping context. So add mapping context and our mapping context that we defined in header file. Okay. Now let's set up bindings, all that actions that we defined earlier. To do that, let's write where we have it, enhanced input. To do that, we want to get enhanced input, so write enhanced input component. Player input controller is going from the argument. It's like going from the a pawn or character class, base class, I mean. So let's map it. Bind action. First it's gonna be jump action. Define that object. This object, and for the jump we don't have to create another method because our base class, a character, provide a function to do jumps. So just write a character start, no, just jump, and the next input gonna be jump action. On completed gonna be stop jumping, and we don't have to create another like method in our class to implement that actions. Next gonna be move, trigger it, and now we have to create our method. So let's write a ghost, and it's gonna be move. Now we're gonna create that method. So go to the header file, and here you can write, and here you can write void move. It's gonna, and the argument is f action f input action value, where we're gonna have like x, y, and other axis values. Because when we move, for example, when we press W, then we're gonna get like 1. When we press S, then we're gonna get -1. And the same with the right and left. So let's code name, and let's also right now create another method for the look. It's gonna have similar definition. It's gonna have similar declaration. Now let's add it here, and also let's make it for the look action. Here action. Oh no, I named it run action. Run action. And here look. Yeah, and now let's define that method in CPP file. So I'm not gonna use rider features, because maybe you want to see how to do it manually. Let's just copy it, and now you should add that. Okay, so here we have declaration of, or sorry, not declaration, but definition of method. So here, let's implement that. Let's write effector to the movement vector equals to get if vector d to d, like that. So it's gonna just get the vector, as I said before, with the x and the y, where x gonna show the forward, like does we do like do we move in the forward direction, or right, or where where x gonna show us do we move in the right direction or left direction, and the y-axis gonna show us do we move in the forward or backward direction. So let's write code and you will understand it better. First we want to check do we have controller, because int can be null, and if it's null then our editor, our game gonna just crash. So here we can just say if, like if controller, if it's not null, then get f rotation, and from that we can get or we can do it a bit more simple way, just rotation and make it f rotator 0, here also 0, here we get yaw, yeah, like that. Now set forward direction, okay. So here we get a forward direction, like where we move with our rotation, and here right. So we want to change to y. Nice. And now with the help of our base class we add movement input in the forward direction with the movement vector y, and also in the right direction with the x-axis. Okay, and rider say for us that we can do that constant, and yeah, it's gonna work a little bit faster, and it could also be constant. Fine. Now let's implement a look method. So it's gonna be similar, it's gonna look similar. Okay, here we can just copy it, just delete this, and rename it to the look vector. In the same way we just get 2D vector. And here add controller yaw input in the loop vector x vector y. Okay, fine. So we implemented everything. Now let's build that. If you work in Visual Studio Code, you will build it in the maybe in the another way. In Rider, I build it with the like another button. Build it, and let's go to the Unreal Engine. As you see, it built successfully. So now we can go to Unreal Engine. Here, let's go to the ghost moment. And let's now create blueprint class with our class that we created with C++. It was ghost. Let's name it BP ghost. And here, let's open it, save it, and we just want to change mesh to the ghost. Let's also move it down. Maybe no, we don't have to increase. Scale our capsule. I think it's okay for the tutorial purposes. Let's also rotate it. Oh no, wait. Sorry. And in rotation, we want to rotate it in the 270 degrees. So it looks in the direction where camera looks. And now let's also select camera spring arm and move it a little bit like that. Or maybe it can stay on the 0 on the y-axis. I think it's good. Let's compile it, save. And also we have to go to our self and search use controller yaw and uncheck it. Then go to the spring arm, go here to the use pawn control, check it, and go to the camera and the same use pawn control. Yeah, I have unchecked it. It stays correctly. Compile and save. Now to put our character on level, we have to create game mode base. So just create it and name it like BP Ghost game mode, like that. Now go to world settings, game mode, and override it to the BP Ghost game mode. And select as the default pawn our BP Ghost. Now let's try to start game. And as you see here, we have our character, but it's not animating, it's not doing anything. The reason for that is that we don't select our mapping context. We can select self, here type just input, and we see everything that we have to select. Put. Let's go here, create new folder for the input from capital. Okay, let it be like that, and create the input action. We're gonna have 3 input actions: jump, run, and look. So the first gonna be a jump. I'm gonna have just digital bool value, and then create a run. We're gonna have 2D vector, and we can copy and paste it maybe, just rename to look. Open it, run. input and create input mapping context. Let's name it EAC context. Here we have to add our mappings. The first is going to be our jump, but we have jump from the third person template. In the third person template it have similar names, so see on the path that you have here. I have game ghost movement input, and it is that I want. So here hit on that button and hit on the space bar. You can select another key if you want. Next is gonna be move. Let's run, and first is W. The second gonna be S. Third is A, and last is gonna be D. And we also have to add modifiers. So add a modifier, and here swizzle input axis values on the W. And the next on S, let's add modifier. The first modifier gonna be swizzle input axis, and the second gonna be negate. On the A we're gonna have just negate, and D stays the same. Let's close it and add another action. Input action is gonna be look. So let's open it. And here we can't just press on the button, we have to type mouse XY to the axis. And also we have to add negate modifier. Like that. Okay, so go to the ghost and here select our context. Here our jump action, run, and look. Sorry, just close it on real. Now let's run. And as you see, we can rotate our camera. Maybe if you just want, you can remove the negate modifier if you don't like it. I mean that modifier. You can try it like that. If you gonna like it more, that way of move your mouse, you can stay like that. But I will go and add negate modifier. Okay, so the problem here is that our character moves, but without any animations, and it also jumps, but without any animations. So now let's add animations to it. So to animate it, we have to create animation blueprint. So let's go to the ghost animations, and here we're gonna create our animation blueprint. Go to animation and animation blueprint. Select ghost, and let's name it BA or animation blueprint AB ghost. Let's create new state machine. State machine like that. Let it be locomotion. Let's go here, and we can add states. and remove it. And now we have to add states. So let's start with the idle. Add state idle. Go to that idle and assign it idle animation. Then let's create another state, name it run, and from that another, name it jump. Okay, go to the run and assign it run animation. Go to the jump and assign jump animation. Fine, and also jump will point to the idle, run will point to the idle, jump, and yeah, idle gonna point to the idle, idle gonna point to the jump, because that animation can transition between. Okay, so now we have to add here some like conditions, like if you play animation or not. To do that, let's go to the event graph, and here on the update animation we're gonna assign new variables. So first let's cast to BP boost to get velocity. Let's get velocity. And here we have it, get velocity, get vector length, and that vector length is gonna just told us what speed we have, with what speed our character moves. Is it running or staying? Now promote the variable. Let's name it speed and assign it here. And we also have to make another variable is falling. So if character falling, it means that we jump, or maybe falling, because when we fall we also can play jump animation. Let's promote it to the variable is falling and assign it right here. Now let's go to the anim graph, and here let's go first to the from idle to run and make condition. If speed is more than greater than 0, then it means that character runs. So it's like true. And to return, and if speed equals to 0, and it's our condition. And then let's go here. If character is fallen, then play animation, play jump animation. Then let's go here, the same way is fallen, and here we can do that, but now we have to, like, if not falling, then we can play idle animation. So to do that, not boolean, and here. Okay, and now let's try to assign that animation blueprint. Go to the your character blueprint, and in the anim class select AB ghost. As you see, it plays animation already. And now we can go to run and run our game. Oh, it works a little bit not correct, so let's fix it. So as you see, so the first thing that we wanna fix is to loop or run animation. Go to run, and here hit loop animation. And the second thing is we want to increase jump high, because animation can't play, don't have enough time. So here jump the velocity, let's put it on maybe 1000. Okay, just percent. It's maybe it's a little bit, yeah, more than I want. So let's put it maybe or not 10 meters far, maybe 5 meters in second. Okay. As you see, it plays, and also camera is rotating a little bit strange, so we also want to fix that. It's a little bit better, but to do that more better, I think we have to like install another animation, because or just increase the speed of that animation, because that animation is too slow. Okay, and also when we running, character is not rotating. It's the second thing that we want to fix. Okay, to rotate our character in the direction where is moving, we have to go to our ghost character, go to the character movement, and orient rotation to movement. Check that. Now test it, and as you see, our character rotates in the same way where we move. Now to fix your jump animation, that it will be more like faster, go here to the jump animation and increase rate scale, maybe to 1.4. Close that and also close this. Let's test it, and it looks better, I think. And also to fix that strange mouse movement, then go to your code, and here you're gonna have something like that. In the look method, just add minuses and build it. After you build it, you can run your game, and here you see the mouse works pretty well. If you don't like how it works, you can add plus or minus, and it will fix the way mouse is moving. Okay, so that's it for the C++ part. Now we'll jump to the blueprint part. Okay, so now let's implement character and character movement with the help of only blueprints. So hit right mouse, blueprint class, and select character. We're gonna inherit our blueprint from character class and name it BP ghost character, like that. Open it up, you can also save it, and now we should go to the mesh and select our skeletal mesh. Move it down so it stays inside the capsule component. And now we have to create spring arm, and then camera, and then camera component. Nice. Now let's rotate our character by 90 degrees, or maybe like that. Sorry, I changed location, but I have to change rotation. So, no, yeah, like this, and move it down. Okay, nice. We can also adjust capsule components so it is higher, like that. Maybe move character down. Nice. Now let's go to the spring arm. Here hit use spawn control rotation. Now let's go to the character movement component, and here search for use control desired rotation. Check it, and also orient rotation to movement. Check it also. Compile and save. And also search ignore base rotation. Now we have to set up our key bindings, so when we hit some key, then some action gonna play. Okay, so go to edit, project settings, then search here input, and here we gonna create axis mappings and action mappings. In action mappings we're gonna have only jump and spacebar, and in axis mappings we're gonna create move forward and it's gonna be W and S, but S gonna have -1 because when we hit S we want to move backward, you know. Then add another one and it's gonna be move right, maybe from capital, like that, and it's gonna be A and D, and A gonna have -1. Let's also create axis mappings for the moving our camera. So turn, and gonna be mouse X, and look up, look up, and maybe look down also. Mouse Y, and set it to -1. Sorry, -1. Yeah. Okay, you can close it and open blueprint. Now we're gonna set up actions. So first gonna be move forward, so hit the right mouse and type move forward, or whatever name you gave for that axis mapping. Okay, move forward and movement input. Here we're gonna pass our scale value that we specified earlier. Probably you remember that 1 or -1. And now we also should give world direction. So to do that, get control rotation, break rotator to get each one of the roll, pitch and yaw rotations. Then make rotator, and here we should pass only z-axis, so we don't use x and y. And here we're gonna get forward vector because it's forward action when we move forward or backward. Okay, next gonna be move right, that one, and it's gonna work pretty much the same. The only thing we're gonna change, and here I copied add movement input, we also pass scale value, and we just gonna get right vector. It's the only difference. Now let's make for the move sorry, not move like, but look up, and it's gonna be add controller pitch input, and we pass axis value, and also turn or whatever you name it, and here we're gonna add controller yaw input. Fine, and pass the value. Compile and save, and the only thing that remain is jump action. Event, yeah, action event jump. So on press we're gonna call jump function from the base class, from the character base class, and when released then stop jump, stop jumping, yeah, like that. Oh, as you see, our character is not animated. Oh, let's also move our camera like that. I think it's gonna be okay. Let's go here in world settings, select also, yeah. Now let's go here, save everything, and to test our character, create blueprint game mode base, and name it PP game mode, like that. And here in the world settings, go to PP game mode, and default pawn class gonna be BP ghost character, I think. Yeah, our game, and as you see, we have our character. We can move right and left. I don't know what is the problem, but now we're gonna fix it, and we can jump also. It's fine, but we don't have any animations. Also, let's go right here, move right, and yeah, I forgot to connect it. It's the only problem that I had. Let's run, and now we can run right, left, run, jump. Now we basically have to make animation blueprint. Animation blueprint is just place where we set all animations that we have and where they place this and when they playing. Let's go to animations, and here animation blueprint. Create animation blueprint for our ghost character, I think, yeah, and name it maybe anim. Let's say like that. And we also can now go to our mesh and the animation and the anim class, select our animation class. Nice. And now we have to implement it. Here create state machine, new state machine. Let's name it locomotion, because we make it just locomotion. We go in here, double click, and here we have to provide states. First state, sorry, gonna be idle, then let's create run, sorry, not here, add state and name it run, and also add state jump, and every of that and every state gonna play a certain animation, and also we have to connect it so it can transition between, connect like that also. And now go to idle, and you can just drag the idle animation, then go to run, drag our slow run animation, and go to jump and drag jump animation. Nice. Now we have to provide conditions. So by condition I mean like case when the animation when animation is transition to another state, to another animation. Like we're gonna implement it and it will be much simpler, much easier for you to understand. Okay, so first thing, we go to event graph, and here we see event blueprint update animation. That function also like on every frame where we update in our animation. And here we get our pawn owner. Pawn owner is just that blueprint that we created for our character. So here let's cast to it so we can get some methods from our blueprint connected. And now we have to create a few variables that will show us do we run or stay in place, or we jump or not. So to do that, we're gonna promote variable. Let's here get velocity. Velocity, go down, get velocity, then get length, maybe vector length, maybe just vector length, like that. And we have to promote it to the variable. Let's name it speed. It's just gonna show us with what speed our character moving. So connect it, and we also have to check is falling. Yeah, that is falling method of character movement will show us do we jump or maybe when we fall, because when we fall we want to play the same animation. Okay, and now let's also promote it to the variable, name it is falling, and connect it. And here go to locomotion, and let's make that conditions. So to transition from idle to run, the speed have to be more than 0, because if it's 0, that means that we stay in place and it should play idle animation. Let's go here, and it will basically be the similar, but here not equals to 0, like that. No, sorry, not equals, but equals. Yeah, equals. Because if it equals to 0, that means that we stay in place and have to play idle animation. Here the transition to falling, we just connect our to falling variable. Here the same to transition from idle to jump. And here we have to say is falling, not boolean. Like if not falling, then play idle animation. Fine. And as you see, all warnings goes away. And now just check, go to slow run animation and check if you have a loop checked. If not, then check it. And do the same with idle. Like here. If you have without loop, then check it. Fine. Now let's go to our blueprint, and here under mesh we already selected it. Nice, and as you see, animation plays right here. Let's run, and here we have it. All plays good, but our character doesn't move. So to fix that, let's go here, go to self and search use rotation yellow, and here just uncheck it, compile and save, and if you run, as you see, everything is place okay. Maybe if you want, you can change jump animation. You can download another animation that will play faster than that. I think it's good. Animations are playing, character is moving, so it's good. Simple character implementation. Nice. So it is it for today. Thanks you for watching.